I'll take it. Welcome to another action.
This is going to be a fast ad. Why?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, we can start over if you want.
Yeah, you can just take it then. I totally forgot, even though Jackson just said it.
Yeah. Okay. This is going to be a fast ad. Why? Because Honey searches for promo codes for you fast. Simple as that. And now the ad is over. Just go to joinhoney.com/OP for fast savings at some of your favorite stores. That's joinhoney.com/OP. And now on to Charlie, who is busting at the seams wanting to do the intro.
Oh, I am busting for sure. It's another action-packed episode, number 232. It's a big number. It's a big day. We're joined by TheActMan. Take it away.
Greetings and hello, friends. That's not a sterile intro at all.
Are you starting a comic book?
And hello, yeah.
Greetings and hello, friends.
Greetings, true believers, and welcome to my episode.
Podcast.
It was a normal podcast. The Actman had just woken up at 6:30 in the morning for the first time in years, but he had to do this podcast. Yeah. Thank you guys for having me on. That's really cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you to Jackson for changing our normal time so it fucks people on the West Coast real good.
It's only a 2-hour difference. You still would have had to have waken up at 8:30.
That's a huge difference.
I mean, Jackson,
yeah, it is.
There's a huge difference between 9 a.m. and 7 a.m. for people.
Oh, trust me, I know from all the times I recorded at 6 a.m.
Yeah. Why are you guys giving Jackson shit? He's been up at like 2 a.m.
Because he can flex his schedule around the podcast, whereas our guests have like lives and jobs and shit.
You're the ones complaining. The guest isn't.
Honestly, because they're not here to complain because it's too early for them.
The guest is right here.
If only we had a guest to give their insight on it.
The hard part is just getting out of bed. Everything after that is easy peasy. It's just the getting out of bed part.
Oh, look at that. A real man. A real man who knows how to get out of bed.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
A real act man.
Don't you get that feeling where your alarm goes off and then you're like, okay, time to get up, but you close your eyes for like 2 seconds and all of a sudden fall back asleep?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That's why I said
whenever I have something like I need to do, or it's like set in my brain, like you have to wake up, then I just like, sometimes I even automatically wake up without an alarm just because it's in the back of my head.
Yeah, your body like knows when to wake up just because you've been stressing about it the night before. Pretty much, like you've been mentally saying, "I've got to wake up at this time. I've got to wake up at this time," and then I find that I usually wake up like 5 minutes before that time.
Oh yeah,
same.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I used to do that shit right before work because I used to have like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. shifts, but I was always a dumbass, like going to bed at midnight. But I would always like wake up 5 minutes before, and my drive to work was like 3 minutes, so I had a few minutes to just put on my uniform, shower, not look like shit, and then get into work.
That's the way to do it. That's min-maxing life right there.
Yeah, no, seriously.
That's efficiency.
I hate setting alarms though in general. They just always give me anxiety that they're not going to go off, so I don't sleep well anyway when I have a fucking alarm.
I keep telling you guys, get the old-timey bell. It'll wake your dead relatives. It's very loud. It scares the shit out of you. It immediately shoots your heart rate up to 120 when it goes off right next to your ear. There's no way you can sleep through it. Pro tip.
See, my problem isn't waking up with the alarm. I wake up with my alarm immediately. I set really loud, like jarring music. But the problem is that I always feel I set the alarm incorrectly, or my phone's gonna shut off or something. So it's like, what's the alarm doing? What's the fucking point? I'm not gonna wake up. I'm gonna be late.
Just move next to an old Gregorian church or whatever and just
every day at 6 a.m. loud gongs and bells.
Well, Sir Act, I have another pro tip for you. What you should not do before you have to get up is stay up until like 5 a.m. local time, which is what I did, to watch SNL.
SNL, baby, Saturday Night Live.
It's Saturday Night Live.
Live from New York, it's the worst show ever made.
We haven't been funny in 20 years.
Is the worst show
Yeah,
ever
why
made.
are people pretending that it was ever funny? It was never funny, right?
I have seen videos of a man diving in a BDSM leather suit in a septic tank and rubbing shit into his eyes, and that was more entertaining than SNL last night.
Jesus Christ.
I've also seen that video and would also agree with Kaya. But the thing about SNL is it's a show where every time you say it's dog shit, they're like, yeah, but you should have watched it 10 years ago. And I remember 10 years ago, people were saying the same thing. They're like, yeah, you should have watched it 10 years ago. It's a show that everyone's like, yeah, it was good here. And then it wasn't good there. And then if you remember back there, like, no, it was good here. And it was still dog shit then. The only time I ever liked SNL is when I was an actual child watching the Chris Farley, Adam Sandler highlights. That is the only time I ever had a positive impression of that show.
SNL is basically like firing a machine gun at a target while flailing your arms around. Occasionally a bullet hits, but most of the time you're going to fucking miss.
But the machine gun is loaded with shit.
Exactly.
Literal shit.
And sometimes you can kill someone with a shit bullet.
shit.
Like, the whole point is that sometimes SNL will have a funny skit occasionally, but it's once every like 20 episodes.
I can't think of a single skit in the last fucking 15 years that put a smile on my face.
So that's my issue then. Like, people are pretending online like Elon Musk was the one that killed SNL last night. Like, it was just so painfully unfunny. And it was. I'm sure it was, but like, that's par for the course for SNL, right? That's just SNL.
Every skit
It's just a
kills
horrible
SNL.
Look, Elon,
And
bless his heart, he looked very uncomfortable, very, I don't know,
Why did he do it?
extremely,
I'm so confused.
very
the point?
flamboyant, autistic. I also don't know why he did it. I genuinely have no idea. Like, your average YouTuber gets more views than these no-name, washed-up, completely soulless loser boomers who are so disconnected from culture that, I don't know, they're like doing inside jokes from like 10 years ago. They're like doing Zoomer Hospital or whatever the fuck it was.
oh,
By the way, can we
Gen
talk
Z
about
Hospital. It was gold.
Oh, I
was
saw
an
that clip
hour-long
this
show.
morning.
So when you totally legally watch this within the bounds of the law, as I did, you don't get advertising. So you see commercial break flashing on screen. I don't know how. I felt like, Planet of the Apes, where the human is like teleported onto an like monkey planet and everything is just alien and foreign to him. It's like, how does a show exist in this reality that is 9 minutes of content, if you can call it that, and 51 minutes of advertising? People do this still?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, they never adapted. Have you checked it out recently, ActMan?
I have not watched SNL. My mom occasionally wants me to watch like some skits, and then she's always like, "Oh no, this episode's from 5 years ago from my TiVo that I recorded the other day." I'm like, "Mom, it's still rocking TiVo." But
That is absolutely the SNL audience.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's why they get so much viewership. They try to watch something else and they're like, oh, fuck, I put SNL on again. Oh, well.
Nothing I can do about it now.
I did not watch the latest episode. I saw the picture of Elon Musk as Wario, and I watched the Gen Z hospital clip, and I was like, I kind of got the gist of it. I don't need to.
Yeah, same.
So I didn't watch the whole thing either. I watched clips, but that Wario costume was amazing in that you could tell they just bought it from Amazon. So clearly cheaply made.
So what's the production cycle on SNL? Like, it's obviously like mostly improv, but like, do they come up with the idea like a week before shooting or something?
Yeah, they only have a week to shoot the show, which is
Yeah.
why it's so bad.
Yeah, no
None
wonder
of
it's
it is
fucking
improv.
awful then. Jesus.
None of it is
Well,
funny.
even still, like, I don't even think the week could lead to stuff this fucking awful. It is actually like watching drama warm-ups from high school where students would go up to do like a small, like 1 minute thing to get warmed up before some kind of monologue. It's awful. Like, it's fucking terrible.
They should hire you, Charlie. I mean, you upload daily and you make that shit entertaining, you know?
Well,
2 videos a day.
Yeah, skits is a very different thing, though. I can't stand skits for the most part. I just don't think that format's enjoyable for me personally. I don't think I could write. I could probably not even write a skit like Gen Z Hospital. It just feels so gross to write a skit.
You tell them what not to write.
Yeah, I'll just
I
give them
have
like
just-
guidelines. Just don't say these things.
Yeah.
Like, it does, like, I have brain damage from watching it. I can't even formulate my thoughts anymore because I've seen this now.
I can't.
That's all, folks. I watched this show. It's like, how can you still defend network TV when there's like YouTubers where I can just install Adblock or they don't have ads to begin with and they're 100 times funnier than you? Why the fuck should anybody still pay for cable? Because are awful.
God, that's abysmal.
Allegedly, this is funny to like old people, I guess.
No, but that's the thing, Jackson. That is absolutely what is the most baffling part. I was trying to find like the octogenarian's perspective on the latest SNL. I couldn't find a single positive thing from like gray bearded Twitter users and like all these old people. I would look at them in the replies of SNL and like, this is fucking terrible. I've hated your show for 20 years now.
That's because they're not on the internet. Like, think about it. Think about it. Like that Gen Z fucking skit, that's based around young people are stupid for coming up with new terms. That's the entire joke.
Here's the other thing on that too. SNL posts every one of their skits to their fucking YouTube channel and they all get millions of views and tons of likes.
Yeah. So,
oh my God.
I did notice that.
We have one of those brain damaged individuals running our Discord. Brady, our moderator, he always sends us SNL clips and says, look how funny they are.
Oh. What the fuck?
I know. This is awful.
He's younger than us, right?
Yes, he's like 22-ish or so. This is awful. Like, by the way, this airs, and I say, hey fellas, I'm in my family game nights with my buddies in the Discord call. I say, hey fellas, let's go on the trading apps and see how Doggy Coin is doing. And of course it's fucking plummeting because it's so awful that it immediately lost half its value overnight. And everybody's thinking, yeah, Elon's gonna give Doggy Coin a shout out and all the boomers are not gonna try to get into it and it's gonna skyrocket over $1. And dude, no, like I feel like now I have the taste of shit in my mouth just for owning Doggy Coin now. I want to sell it.
I made I don't know if you're big into crypto, TheActMan, but I made a bold play yesterday when it hit 70 and I knew SNL was coming up. I sold it right then. I was like, yeah, this is going to fucking suck. I'm getting out. I fucking went out on top of Doge.
So it really tanked hard?
My girlfriend my girlfriend invested in it. And she made like $1,000. She sold it like a few days ago, so it was probably the right move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was able to. So I put in from FOMO. Once it hit 30 cents, or the first time, I was like, "It's over. I'm fucking out." I missed it, and then I was like, "Yeah, I'll still put something in." So I got in at 27 cents, and I sold at 70 yesterday, knowing that SNL would do what it does best and ruin it. So
what's it down to now?
46 cents.
Ooh, boy.
Buy. Now's the time. At least before the next
to the moon, fellas.
Buy the dip, baby. Yeah, buy the dip, baby. I bought the dip.
Paper hands.
Buy the fucking hands.
Can we get someone in here to ban this troll? Have you guys ever been in a shitcoin Telegram group?
I have actually been in one. Only
oh my
one.
God. Dude, it is just sad. So Telegram, for those who don't know, is like boomer Discord. And just as unsafe and shitty, except they think that it's like super safe and encrypted and shit, which it isn't. It collects tons of metadata. But they have these Telegram groups for every single shitcoin. Like you'll go into a coin like Dog Elon, which is one of the coins that they apparently thought Elon Musk himself was running personally because the coin claimed so. And you go in, and it's like, buy. And you can tell it's all bots. They even had their Twitter account banned because it was just all bots promoting this on social media. And it's all bots going, paper hands, you losers, you're selling just because it's crashing. Hold, buy the dip, buy. To the moon. It's going to skyrocket when Elon Musk, who's running this coin, is going to shout it out on SNL. It's like, motherfucker. No, you all got rug pulled, which is a term I learned in that fucking Telegram before everybody got banned for saying the term rug pulled, which is apparently when they pull the rug from underneath you. And the whales sell their bags, as I've been told, is the terminology.
You got it all on the money. Yeah, it is pretty sad.
Fuck me. And I'll say this, and I know I'll draw the ire of all the Elon fanboys. Is Elon a boomer? Because he really lost all credibility of this future-looking, very super smart tech bro. You know, going on SNL on a show like that and actually doing it.
I still don't understand why he did it. He only had things to lose from going on SNL. Surely he knew that.
I think he just likes to have fun, and when he was presented with the opportunity, I think all of us would fucking do it too, just for the sake of doing it as a joke. I'd go on SNL. It's my least favorite show, but I'd
dress
go
up
on
as Wario. Fuck it, I'd be like, make it Waluigi, and you've got yourselves a deal.
Exactly.
The two of you are bigger than SNL. Why would you do it?
No, we are not bigger than SNL. Are you kidding me? They still rake in millions and millions of viewers every week.
So does Charlie.
I don't know where you're getting that number from, though, Andrew. It's actually been on like a huge decline for over a decade now. I'm curious what they do pull in.
Well, I mean, even their YouTube channel gets in millions of views a day. That's part of it.
Well, I guess they I'm checking it out, and it looks like they have like, I don't know, what is that? 20 uploads in the last 9 hours.
Jesus. Yeah, and all of them average like what, 500,000?
That's 16, sorry. Yeah, views are, well, they're all a little bit less than 500K.
Okay.
Or none of those last 16 uploads are.
Right.
I don't know what channel you guys are looking at. It's like a verified Saturday Night Live with 11-something million subscribers. Last video is Miley Cyrus with 100,000 views. This is sad. Who gives a shit about Miley Cyrus? Like, she's so boring and... I don't know.
Yeah, but regular people care about Miley Cyrus, Kaya.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
I feel like
extraordinary
we're in an echo
people
chamber.
like us. We're above it.
No, I do feel like we're in an echo chamber. Like, there must be people out there that actually do like SNL and watch it, like Brady, for example.
But they're definitely not online, I can tell you that. I don't know where they are, but they are not on the internet.
I will say they have had some like hits. I mean, with Chris Farley and Norm Macdonald. I fucking love Norm Macdonald.
I'm a big Norm fan.
Did you guys see him roast Saturday Night Live when he was on Saturday Night Live?
No, but that sounds like a Norm Macdonald thing to do.
It was basically like they had fired him, way back in the day, and then they wanted him to come back as host. And so he was like, how did I go from being not funny enough to be on the show to being so funny that I should host the show? And then he basically used that as a way to say, because the show sucks now. And he's like, we'll be back after, I can't remember exactly how he put it, but it was like, the skits coming up is, well, you'll see, Yeah. It's like a 3-minute audio clip. I don't think they have video for it, but it's fucking savage.
Yeah, so to give you guys some context on that as well, SNL apparently, according to a report in March, averages about 4 million viewers per show. And that's on the low end because they're in a slump right now. So normally they get like 6 to 9 million viewers.
They shouldn't be in a slump.
We're not bigger than
Most
SNL.
people are at home,
they are much bigger than both of us.
But why are they at a slump right now? Obviously, that's showing that they're declining.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that they're not in a slump, but at the same time, it's still popular.
I can't imagine where the viewers come from, though. Like, I don't know. Like, even old people, like my parents' friends, their friends, none of them watch cable TV, and let alone fucking Saturday Night Live. Like,
maybe it's it's like botted or something. Maybe the TV corporation set up bots.
I really think there has to be something nefarious at play. I don't know literally anybody of age.
I was reading that like half of Ellen DeGeneres' viewers are bots. It's like the biggest bot proportion like on TV. I don't know how true that is, of course, but
aren't you talking about her Twitter account, or wasn't it? I think that's like all of them, isn't it? The big personalities like Oprah and Ellen DeGeneres, like 80% of their followers are just bots.
Oh, or maybe it was their Instagram following. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but
I'm sure Pakistani bot form.
I'm sure a lot of them have like their social media spotted.
I mean, the fact that YouTube tries to tailor to these guys. I mean, keep in mind, like YouTube has tried their hardest for so long to fuck indie creators, just like kids in their bedrooms trying to make content for the sake of promoting these TV shows like SNL and Jimmy Kimmel and shit. And you watch it, and it's just so abysmal and horribly written and boring and bad, and 50 minutes of advertising in between. I don't know who watches this.
Give Adam Sandler a talk show, man. I want to watch Adam Sandler talk about all his bad movies.
Yeah, it'll just be Jack and Jill live.
Yeah, baby.
He doesn't do anything unless he can make like a holiday out of it for himself. Like
Get Kevin James
go to
too.
some exotic country.
Yep.
God, yeah.
I love that conspiracy that all the Adam Sandler movies are purely just vacations for him.
It wasn't a conspiracy, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
conspiracy is too strong of a word, but I
I'm
love.
pretty sure he blatantly came out and said that. It's true.
I love how that all wraps up into it. Is what I meant.
Like
isn't that what we're kind of doing? Just talking to friends,
obviously. Is that on my end or is Kaya?
Nah, Kaya's a robot.
lagging.
All right.
Oh,
so,
sorry.
yeah, what I was going to say is he owns a production company, and then basically he just creates projects for him and his friends to go to like Italy and shoot on location for a week. And it's the worst movies, but they still make fucking bank.
A handful of those movies are shot at really high class resorts because it's like, oh, wacky guy at high class resort doing weird stuff, but it just means that they do one day of filming and then 2 weeks of just vacationing.
I'm not even sure I'm not even sure if they like set up actual filming. It's like handy cam footage of Adam Sandler at the snack bar at a resort or something. Those movies are so
His
bad.
next movie is just going to be an improvised hour-and-a-half rant of him at the bar of a nice hotel so that he can immediately walk off and start hanging out at the hotel when he's done.
Gets a full theatrical release. Call it bar talk.
And it's going to make $1.6 billion, of course.
It must be awesome to pitch these ideas to the like funders and the investors. Like, okay, my movie is about me and my friends. We go to Malibu, or actually Hawaii. I haven't been in Hawaii yet. We get strippers, we surf, we drink a lot, we get blowjobs and pole dancers. The end.
I mean, it's not even that difficult, Kaya. The way that he pitches movies is he goes, "I'm Adam Sandler," and they go, "All right, here you go. Here's the
Fine.
Here's your plane ticket.
money. Where do you want to go this week, Adam?"
I don't know. At least it can still be entertaining, I suppose. I still have a very warm spot in my heart for Kevin James. I think that's his name, right? The King of Queens guy, the tubby man. He's always fun in movies.
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems like a
He's Mall
sweetheart.
Cop, right?
Yeah.
Do you think he has a lot of fun because of Bespoke Post?
Mm-hmm.
I hope
yeah.
so.
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah.
That has to be the reason.
It has to be the reason because of the Box of Awesome collection for guys, guaranteed to upgrade their life. I mean, whether you're out taming the wilderness or taking your home bar to pro-level heights, Bespoke Post only sends guys the best stuff every month. No matter what you're into, Box of Awesome has you covered. From style and grooming goods to barware, cooking tools, and outdoor gear, Box of Awesome has collections. Oh, my throat. There we go. Collections for every part of your life. To get started, you can just take the quiz at boxofawesome.com and your answers will help pick the right box for you. Each box costs only $45, but has over $70 worth of gear inside. You want a cool knife? They probably got it. You want some like bar mix and shaking up equipment? They probably got it. You can always browse and peruse and find a good box for you. I, of course, like the drink mixing set that I got a while back. I use it to make Pocari Sweat and other weird powder-based drinks I enjoy because I'm a thirsty boy. You can get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter code official at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code official for 20% off of your first box.
Thank you.
Damn, I need to get me one of those boxes.
Yeah. Put that in the beginning. The TheActMan is helping.
For one of my awesome reviews.
Woo!
Sponsored by Awesome Boxes. Oh, man.
I don't know if you can legally say that.
Oh.
Yeah, can we legally call them awesome?
Okay,
We'll check with our legal team.
hypothetical.
Our legal team is letting us know that that is not okay.
They may be awesome, but comes with no guarantees. Unlike SNL, which is guaranteed to not be awesome. My fucking god. And the audacity on these people to get like butthurt at people like Joe Rogan. Like, oh, they paid him $100 million to move to Spotify. Like, yes. Have you compared the two? It's like 2 hours of uncut, actually entertaining content versus what you do, which is 9 minutes of content that makes you want to kill yourself. This is so embarrassing, man. I don't know. Fuck me. That felt bizarre. Seeing that on TV.
Wait, why is it embarrassing? Are you like individually, personally involved in SNL?
As a
It's not hard to just
species,
disconnect
just like-
and enjoy it.
Dude, we have satellite dishes on this Earth right now, sending signals out into space, like trying to find intelligent life. And, you know, one day we might, and they're gonna come to the planets. They're gonna see all the shit we've been broadcasting. They're gonna watch this.
Why? It's not that deep. It's just a fucking shitty TV show. You don't have to like.
It's just
related to intergalactic diplomacy. Like aliens are gonna hate us.
they're gonna
because of
kill us,
SNL.
Jackson. It's very important that they don't watch SNL. They're gonna fucking kill us. They're gonna think these guys
Maybe-
have no sense of
well-
humor. Huh?
The cosmic odds are that like it could possibly be that aliens like SNL. Like that's their sense of humor.
Yeah,
on
that's the
Alien.
only
Imagine-
show keeping us from killing us.
Imagine aliens love shit like TikTok, and they think like TikTok
Oh,
skits
God.
and SNL is the peak of our species.
They think we're so advanced.
How do you get your videos so short?
They look at us like, look at it. It's like Wakanda technology. How is this even possible? They're so advanced. They've just been hiding on this fucking rock called Earth. And they have something called TikTok, where they stitch together something called SNL clips with Elon Musk. It's amazing. Have you seen this
so
global
much
board?
comedy in such a short time.
They have some like time delay, so they're gonna travel here via light speed, but they're gonna have seen stuff that was popular like 5 years ago. So like 20 years from now, they're gonna be like, "Where are all the Viners? We come for the Viners, the top tier quality
Your Chris
entertainment."
Farley.
Hey, I mean, SNL is like 10 years behind, so they'll catch
I was
them
just
up.
about to
It's
say,
perfect.
Yeah, they'll end up writing for SNL.
We just got Happy Gilmore. We're looking forward to more of this Adam Sandler.
We got bad news for you.
Don't get your
they only
hopes
ended
up,
up coming to
aliens.
They only ended up coming to Earth because their TiVo was full and they couldn't erase
Show
it.
us
How do we
Bill
do-
Cosby. He's very funny.
Earthlings, we need your help. How do we delete SNL from the TV?
Oh, man.
I look forward to that day.
That'll be a good day.
Imagine if aliens did like communicate entirely like the Gen Z hospital skit.
Oh
Like they're just way
god!
ahead of us.
Jesus
Peak evolution.
Intergalactic aliens come to Earth and they just quote Gen Z Hospital to each other over and over again and crack up from it.
But in that sense, isn't it? Here's a philosophical question: isn't the Gen Z hospital funny in the sense that we are making fun of it and using it as a subject matter for other jokes?
No.
Oh, it's too deep. You're giving SNL way too much credit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Not really, no. I'm not giving them even that credit. We made fun of EDP last episode too. It's like, you're so horrible that you're okay to make fun of, but fuck me, like, who watches you?
I can't get over SNL, man. But we should move on from SNL.
I know, I also have brain damage from it, so do we have any other topics?
Yeah. Resident Evil 8. Have you played it yet, TheActMan?
Oh, you know, I was caught between a rock and a hard place last night because I was like, I got to wake up early, but I just got home from visiting my girlfriend's grandparents, and Resident Evil 8 has just finished installing. So I basically got to the part where I got up against the first enemy, almost died, and killed it, and that's kind of where I left off last night. So
First enemy is in like one of the werewolves.
yeah.
Yeah, the first
so
werewolf
very
that like drags into the house, right?
You guys have all played it?
Yeah, you played all of
so
the game,
let's-
man.
Let's go ahead and blanket this because while we've played it to different levels, be careful on spoilers.
I finished it. Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
gonna spoil anything.
wait.
Yeah, because
Spoilers.
I'm in the middle of. Well, hey, I'm in the middle of playing it, so
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
haven't beaten
Alright,
it
no
yet.
spoilers.
Yeah, it's nothing like Resident Evil 7. It's more of like an action game. Like through and through. It is mainly an action game. Capcom said yesterday or the day before, I don't remember. They said RE7 was too scary, so they didn't want this to be scary.
They didn't want to turn off new players, which I can kind of understand. Because the
worked
Resident Evil franchise has always had that kind of action. Well, not always, but the later entries have been more action-orientated.
Even then, that quote was kind of misattributed. What they meant by that was they added more like calmer and action sections compared to scary sections to give players more breathing room, because 7... a lot of players complained it was too much like slow burn atmosphere, which
I absolutely preferred.
I still like that, yeah, but a lot of people complained about it apparently. So
yeah,
I just fucking loved Resident Evil 4, man. I beat that shit like 7 times at this point. That's like one of my most played single players. But oddly enough,
RE4, did you say?
Resident Evil 4. But oddly enough, I rarely play like the other Resident Evils. Like I played Resident Evil 2 a decent amount. But yeah,
the remake or the original?
Oh, the remake.
Yeah. Also
very good game.
So now I'm getting back into it with Village. And I gotta say I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do think Village is more RE4 than RE7.
I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, I think if you liked Resident Evil 4, you'll like Village a lot.
Are you guys playing it on... But I'm also not
like... Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask if you guys are playing it on normal or hardcore.
Standard.
Yeah, normal for me.
Okay, because I'm playing it on hardcore, and that beginning when you have to run away from all the werewolves took me an hour and a half. The rest of the game is way easier compared to that, but that section is fucking brutal on hardcore.
I think it's a stupid section. I think that is like there's no reason for that to be there other than like it's overly confusing. There's no that's going to turn a lot of people off.
Here's the thing with it too. They fucked up the design from Resident Evil 4 that made that same section so good. So RE4 has the opening village. And the way it works is either you kill a certain number of enemies or a timer runs out, and then the scene instantly ends. A church bell goes off and all the villagers leave and the like title screen drops. And it's like, that works great, because if you're killing the enemies, then you can progress the scene further, or if you're running away and trying to survive, you progress the scene. In RE8, it's done terribly, because not only do you have to like survive a certain amount of time, but 2 certain events have to trigger, and then you have to be outside, and then you have to stand in a specific spot to trigger another scripted event before the scene ends, which means if you are a player that plays cautiously and just hides in buildings or tries to survive, you will literally never end the scene. You will never beat the level. It's fucking terrible.
That's like a really long kind of sequence. I think I just got there because I got into that house where they start attacking the house.
Yeah,
you're right on the cusp.
You're getting there.
Yeah, I'll give you a tip.
You have to.
I won't spoil anything, but to end that scene, you have to be outside. And I found that out the hard way, because if you stay inside during that whole fight, you are literally just wasting your time.
But you also can't die until a certain point. Like
it's really fucked up.
It's a stupid, stupidly designed.
Everything else I played is great, but that one scene it fucking sucked. It wasn't that fun after it, and then
if the goal is just to transport you to a new cutscene, then they should have just made it so as soon as you die, it just
exactly
like you're dragged to that point, and then the cutscene happens. They even have it where you can die. I'm pretty sure you can die anywhere outside. One of the werewolves just throws you towards the pre like destined spot. Like he'll throw you to where the cutscene starts.
Yep.
So there's that transition there. So they could have made that work anywhere pretty much. I'm not sure why it only needs to be outside.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And on fucking hardcore, it's even worse, because like you have to plan a whole route, and you have to like utilize so on hardcore, the enemies take so much fucking damage to kill. And it's good in the normal gameplay when it's like, you got to position yourself and aim for the head, and that's fun. But in that werewolf scene, you have to use each and every explosive barrel and each and every flower thing. And it's like, you would think that would be fun, but with how many of them spawn and how much RNG there is to their movement, it just means that you're ramming your head against the wall until it works. It just sucked.
I don't think the gunplay feels all that great in first person with Resident Evil, especially with the more mobile enemies, like how they're always dodging stuff. It just feels more frustrating than it needs to.
But Jackson, you have a field of view of 9 degrees. What are you complaining about?
Yeah, the field of view is so
You
bad.
can see everything.
You can look at one item at a time, giving you all the.
It's such
You
a
you
bad
can
field of view.
focus, laser focus. It's like you're always scoping with a rifle.
Yeah.
The
Are
game
you
really
guys-
does look incredible. And I just
Oh,
kind
it
of
does,
thought
yeah.
about this. Like, horror games are probably the genre where graphics matter most. Maybe not so much like the quality, but like the style, because if you're going for that like visual horror, like you need that, like I beat the original Half-Life. I'm going to do a Half-Life 1 review. And just thinking about like the head crabs and the zombies and like how Resident Evil Village looks, it's like if you don't have a good graphical style or great graphics, then it's not as scary. But man, this game just looks amazing.
Yeah, this game nails both the graphical fidelity as well as like the actual style, like the stylistic choices. Like everything just looks so good.
How did you like Half-Life on the replay?
On the replay?
Yeah, how did you, like when you went back and replayed it, how did you like it?
Oh, bro, it's still so fucking good. The scripted sequences and everything. Oh man, I would totally go back and replay it again. I love that shit.
Damn, I fucking hated it.
Really? The original?
I replayed it like 5 or 6 years ago. Oh my god, I was bored out of my fucking mind with that game.
I make a comment because I've been writing my review, and I was like, I bet loads of people with ADHD couldn't sit past this opening intro.
Damn.
I literally write that. I have ADHD, and I was like, the first time I played Half-Life, I was like, I'm not shooting anything yet.
I just
The intro is like
maybe
the best
just
part.
Yeah, I like most of the things about it, but actually playing it sucked. I'd rather watch it.
Have you tried Black
I
Mesa?
can totally get that because it is like older, and sometimes those puzzles, like if you don't enjoy the puzzles or at least like find some satisfaction out of doing them, then they'll pretty much just slow down the shooting part if that's just what you want to get to, so.
Have you played Black Mesa, Charlie?
No, I have not.
You might want to give that a go. It's Half-Life 1, but remade in Half-Life 2's engine, and it plays a lot faster.
To be fair, Charlie,
liked it,
the way you feel about Half-Life is how I feel about Resident Evil games. So I get you.
Really?
Yeah. I couldn't. I'm so bored. All I could do is just play and make fun of it, which made it entertaining. But I've noticed
What
that
about
game
4
has...
though?
I haven't played 4, so I can't speak to that.
Ooh.
I've only... I got into the series with 7, which I only played...
What are you playing?
Wait, you hate Resident Evil, but you've only played 7 and 8?
I mean,
only
2
played 2 of
Resident
them?
Evil games, yeah. Those are still
Okay,
Resident
but-
Evil, are they not? I think that's
Yeah,
still
they-
fair. I
they
paid
are
full price.
Resident Evil games always
but.
change so drastically.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
indicative of the whole series at all. Every single other Resident Evil is completely different than 7 and 8.
Okay, that's fair. I'm not speaking about
Yeah.
those. Just I'm saying for myself, I played Resident Evil 7 like 1 or 2 months ago, I think, or so, and now 8, and it's just the writing, the gameplay, everything is
Oh,
bores
the
me.
writing's bad in these two.
Oh, you think so?
What I've noticed
Oh, yeah,
though is
I
that
do
these
think
games
so.
have a higher ratio of like ardent fanboys who will get offended if you don't like the game and you make fun of it. And like they
That's
will
any game series, though.
no, but this one, man, this has more. Like, if you don't like it and you make fun of it, you'll get these fucking people seething in your chats, which is like, dude, it's fine. Like, if you like the game and I don't, it's fine. You can still enjoy it. I didn't delete the original game files and wipe it out of existence like Thanos. Like, I don't like it, though.
That's not how the internet works, okay? You either like what I like or you don't like what I like.
See,
Or you're
Actman gets it.
subhuman.
Yes, ActMan gets it. And ActMan, like, so one word has always, I've been hearing it for 15 years on the internet. It's the word contrarian, and I've never, ever, literally never heard it once used where it didn't just mean he made fun of a game / band / movie that I like. That's all it ever means.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
oh, you
'cause
don't like
that's the
my
only
band? Fuck
definition
you,
it needs.
contrarian. What? Sorry, Charlie, what?
I said that's all it needs. It's the only thing that matters anymore, Kaya.
Yeah.
If you like what I like, you're good. If you don't like what I like, I hate you. Like, it's as easy as that, bro.
Except, Charlie,
like,
you said you didn't like Half-Life, and I liked it. But I still want to like you, Charlie. What do we do about this?
we can move past this. I think there's other things that we can do.
All right, take it easy.
You can move on, yeah.
You'll live. Kaya, you have
You're getting
to,
aggressive there, Charlie. Calm down.
Kaya, you have to realize that all those internet buzzwords are just what fucking like kids and people in chats will just spam whenever they hear anything negative about what they like. Like you could be doing a game and be like, oh, I don't think this section's very good. You know, I think that the previous game did it better. And they'll be like, cope. You're just coping. You're being a contrarian. Oh, seethe. You're seething.
It's like,
that's so cringe that you think that. It's just buzzwords that they quote because they don't have
somebody
anything
was going
to
at
say.
me like,
It's
so if you don't enjoy it and you clearly hate the game, why do you keep playing it then? Just turn it off and play something else. Like, motherfucker, you weren't saying this when I was making fun of Life is Strange. You joined me in making fun of it, but because this is something that you like, all of a sudden I have to turn it off and shut up, or else I'm a contrarian. I don't know.
The internet,
I think at some point you grow out of it, because I know for me, there's things that I really love. Like, my favorite movie is Mad Max Fury Road. If you hated that movie and you constantly make fun of it, fair enough. Maybe you just don't like it. I do. That doesn't take away from me.
The internet has this really, really stupid worldview that you can't criticize something you like. So, like, they have the idea that if something's good and you like it, you can never say negative things about it. So you'll be streaming a game, and if, like, let's say we're doing Resident Evil 8, and I'll be like, yeah, that opening werewolf sequence sucked, but I'm still having fun and enjoying the game. Half the chat's going to be like, oh, so wait, you hate the game? Why are you shitting on it? What do you mean? I thought you said it was good. It's like,
there's like a weird disconnect.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't like that part, but I like the game. No, that you can't say that. If the game's good, how could you say that? I don't know.
Or enjoying it.
You get that a lot in your comments.
Oh, dude, I get it so much. The funny part is when you spend a lot of time like writing a review and then like working on it, and you spend all this time editing, and then you always get comments because it's always like, well, TheActMan, why didn't you mention this one minor detail found 17 hours in this secret location, this Easter egg that reveals 3 times more about the story? And it's like, I get a lot of those comments where it's like, why didn't you mention this, or why didn't you mention that, or how come you didn't talk about this? It's as if like, you know, one small detail just completely changes the outcome of everything. But it's also like I'm one person, and there's like thousands of people commenting or, you know, playing this game. Like when I did New Vegas, I didn't fucking know that you could what was it? That you could quick select items in that. I spent like 100 plus 200 hours on that review, and I didn't know you could quick select items. And it's like something simple, but that's not as much like I like this or I dislike this. That's more like, I guess there's always people that know way more about something than you do.
Yeah.
You didn't play it right, bro.
Especially the fans.
Yeah, you didn't play it the way they played it, and they hate you for it. That's a big one on Twitch. That one's huge.
Yep, I hate
That is a big
one too.
It's like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Like, motherfucker, I didn't play this game 7 times like you. This is my first time and I'm fucking up. Yes. Who cares?
God, that one's rough every time. Oh my god. Well, speaking of rough, tell them about Harry's razors, Andrew. If they have a rough facial hair situation going on, how can they fix it?
I was about to say
rough
something.
Is itchy beards. I always try to grow my beard, but I always give up because it gets too itchy, and then Harry saves me. Tell them, Andrew, please.
Yeah, I was going to bring up a very similar point where if you've got a rough, patchy face, maybe it's about time to shave it off. You don't want that, do you? But let me tell you something. You shouldn't have to choose between a great shave and a fair price. And with Harry's, you won't have to. Let me tell you boys something. Usually lately I've been letting my beard get pretty long before I take care of it. And then eventually I go, we're reaching the danger zone here. Let's clean this up. And I pull out Harry's. I do. You know, you give it a little electric trim first, but then when you want to get that real cleanness, those nice lines, really just slick that thing up, Harry's is the perfect choice. And for a limited time, Harry's is offering their starter set plus a free travel size body wash at harrys.com. harrys.com/official. Harry's has fair prices. They own the means of production and use only the most crucial features, allowing them to keep prices as low as $2 per refill. They also have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. They stand behind the quality of their blades so much that they have a 100% money-back guarantee on harrys.com. I mean, I've been using Harry's for probably... God, I worked in software when I started using them, so I've been using them for like 6 years now, and I have never once needed to send my blades back. So it's there if you need it, that money-back guarantee, but take it from someone who's been using them for years. I've never once needed to use it. For a limited time, Harry's has made this exclusive offer for the official podcast. New customers can get that offer of a Harry's starter set and body wash at harrys.com/official. You'll get a 5-blade razor, weighted Truman handle, foaming shave gel, travel blade cover, and travel size body wash. There's never been a better time to try Harry's. Go to harrys.com/official to redeem your offer today.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
By the way, somebody in chat is asking, can women use this? And yes, of course.
Yes,
women
absolutely.
can use men's razors. By the way, you may go to the website
We live in
and
a
notice that
progressive society.
it's not all pink and such, but it's still a perfect razor that you can perfectly use on your legs or whatever. Do you guys know there's something called the pink tax, apparently, where like if something is pink, it's it gets a price markup that women have to pay for.
It's a scam.
Like
Wow.
The same shampoo, like the exact same shampoo or hair product or deodorant or whatever it is, like if you make it pink, it'll cost more because it's made for women and they try to scam women
The
into
government
thinking.
taxes you, or
No, the
No,
company.
it's like the companies.
They
It's it's like an unofficial thing. The government.
the government's like women. Fuck women.
Sir, we saw in your taxes that you bought something for a woman. You
We're gonna have to upcharge you.
It was
now.
a trade-off. It was a trade-off when the government allowed women to vote. They also put in that little sneaky loophole. You can vote, but we charge you more for stuff now.
But pink stuff is gonna cost more now, bitch.
You actually haven't sent those razors back in though? Like 6 years, they're still going strong?
Never.
Damn.
In like 6 years, I've never needed to return a Harry's razor.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah. Well, I replaced the razor. I never need to send any that I've used back.
Oh, I get you.
Never once. But yeah, Kaya's completely right. Like, companies will take the exact same product down to the same ingredients and then say it's blank for women and charge a little bit more. It doesn't even have to be pink as long as it's for women. Like, you'll have deodorant, exact same ingredients, but they'll be like, oh, new sport deodorant for women, and it's a little bit more money.
Yeah, because it's
That is
pink.
crazy.
So
I noticed the
so then
revert-
even the name pink tax is sexist. Then if it doesn't actually relate to the color.
Man, I've
Like, they're
been
just saying women
buying
like pink.
tampons for women this whole time.
Well, that's another argument that there are some feminists arguing that tampons should be tax free because it's something that women have no choice in. They get their periods. They didn't choose to get their periods. They
The
need
choice
the
is that
product.
or something very uncomfortable.
Like a rag between your legs.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, I should be able to make the same argument about razors. I mean, I get fucking, itchy neck beards if I don't shave. So can my razors please be tax-free, government? Get rid of the blue tax too. Get rid of all
Also, like,
taxes, in
toilet
fact.
paper.
I
Toilet
think we just
paper.
need to abolish taxes at some point. The government should just start streaming to make their
Yes.
money that way. Or something.
They get donations.
Yeah, the
do you
government
do for
lives
us
off
anyway?
of subs.
Yeah, but fucking government, make a video game or something. Make a movie. Actually earn your money, you fucking motherfuckers.
They do.
You don't do shit.
Exactly.
They do.
Subscribe or we don't fix the roads.
Smash that
great
like
They don't
button.
fix the roads anyway. They don't fix the roads anyway.
Oh, that's a fucking lie. They fixed the roads outside my house. It's taken them over a fucking month.
You
I'm not
live in a
allowed to-
gated residential.
Well, no, it's the entire road, Jackson. Jesus Christ. Like, the entire road around my area has been under construction for over a month, and it's literal lockdown. If you try and leave, you're stuck for over an hour because they don't want to let you through because they just get in a groove and they just don't let cars through. So you just fucking sit there doing nothing. It's crazy.
Yeah, and Charlie,
I'd rather they don't
that
fix the
blew my
roads.
mind because I went to your house recently and that road wasn't even like bad. I don't know why they had to repair it.
It wasn't. It's a scam. Like, the road was fine. It was completely fine. There was no potholes. It was nice and slick. I'm sure they oiled it up like a bowling lane, too. Like, it was a nice road. And then they fucking upended everything over the last month just to, I don't even know what to do. They didn't make it better. They just made it darker.
Maybe they're installing new potholes. And making it work.
And that's the other thing, Jackson. There's plenty of roads in town that have potholes or could use a repaving, but this road that he's talking about, it was fine. It was totally fine.
Sentimental value. They really like that road.
Yeah, it is a scam.
Yeah.
It's all a fucking scam.
I'd rather they just don't fix roads.
Like God,
we're all against taxes here. I was speaking of roads. Like when I was submitting my, if you have. I think people generally use like TurboTax or something you guys have in America, like some software or something. A lot of us, though, we just have like an accountant or a tax guy and we send them our bills, right? So we just send them, hey, I bought this, whatever, figure it out, do the paperwork. And so I'm on the phone with my tax lady and she's like, okay, so she's trying to explain taxes to me like I'm a fucking dummy. She's like, you can drop everything related to your work from taxes. You can say it's a work expense. I go, I know. She goes, okay, so even that includes travel. So if you've ever traveled to like, I don't know, to a podcast guest, or if they travel to you, you can, deduct the fees of every mile that they had to drive. So how much driving did you do for your work? And I say 0. And she goes, what? Yeah, you traveled 0 miles to your job? I go, yeah. It's like, I work from home. I don't use the roads. That's why I hate that argument every single time. It's like taxes pay for the roads. I don't give a shit. I don't use them. I work from home. I do a podcast in my spare room. I don't give a shit. I don't go outside to do my job. It doesn't do anything for me. Yet I pay so many taxes that they should.
It doesn't affect me, so it's not useful. That's
Fuck
what you're
them.
saying. It doesn't
Fuck
affect
them.
me, so it's not useful.
Yes.
What about all the truck drivers, huh? They
should work from home, Jackson.
Learn to code. We need to beam it. We should beam our food back and forth instead of having it delivered.
I'm
Use
just
that
saying
Tesla
they should.
technology to autopilot the trucks.
Oh God, don't
we're
say
getting
Tesla.
there.
Just I'm getting like Nam flashbacks to me in the trenches watching SNL.
Are we going back to SNL?
No,
God,
please
let's not go to that place again.
Why? No.
No. I'm sure we can squeeze out a topic. ActMan.
Wait.
Hit us with something you love.
Real quick. Can we rate Resident Evil 8? Can we?
I was gonna say we got completely sidetracked.
Yeah, that happens.
That's the
that
show.
happens, Actman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, who's finished it here? Just me and Charlie and Kaya?
I haven't finished it. No, I actually tried to refund it, but apparently I already logged like 3 hours in.
Damn.
I heard the length
I think
is.
I know what your rating is.
I heard people complaining about the length of it. Like it's like what 8 hours?
It took me 7, but yeah, everyone complains about Resident Evil length, but I don't think it's a big deal.
8 hours. 8 hours is absolutely fine with me. If you drag it on much longer, then it's an issue.
I mean,
really.
they always have a bunch of side content in those games too, right? Don't they have a bunch of like mini games and
Treasure
optional
chests.
campaigns and shit?
Yeah, there is.
Oh okay.
The length wasn't an issue with me at all. I felt like it was pretty well paced. Like you weren't staying in one section for longer than you really like for it to get tired or anything. So that was good. Overall, though, I'd give it like a 7 or an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I was also thinking a 7.
What do you guys think of the writing? Because I had some comments in my head about like the intro. Now, granted, I didn't play through 7, but I did watch a recap. But what did you guys think of like the writing and the story?
Yeah, it's bad. Resident Evil 8's writing is some of the worst. There's a scene in the very beginning. You might have already gotten to it, where a girl dies in front of me. He's like, "Why does everyone keep dying?"
That was so fucking funny. I laughed like a motherfucker, which again pissed off the fanboys. But like, who am I playing? Elliot Rodger? A woman just died for no reason, by the way. She just
Yeah, she just died.
ActMan, I don't know if you've gotten to that point.
He's not there yet.
It's not really spoilers.
No,
the point is, a woman shoots her dad to kill him, And then the dad starts dying, and she decides, hey, I have to die with him for no fucking reason. And then she dies in a horrible fire, and Ethan, the main character, goes, why does everybody keep dying on me? Ugh. It's like, what the
How
fuck?
could this be happening again? Yeah.
How do I keep
dialogue is
finding
fucking-
myself in these situations?
The
The dialogue
is
is really bad.
so
It's
bad.
really bad.
Like, motherfucker, this has happened to you before. Why are you this shocked about anything at this point? Also, like, you're the... you've now been fighting monsters for a combined of 12 hours or so in, like, the playtime. You still don't have superpowers or anything? Why is anything so shocking to you?
Well, that's the other thing, Kaya. In the very beginning cutscene of the game, he's like, this is all happening really fast. My military training and working with Chris Redfield, and it establishes, oh, okay, this is a different Ethan from Resident Evil 7. He's got military training and he's familiar with the bioweapons and he was mentored by Chris. And then what happens in the beginning of the game? What the fuck's happening? Oh, God! Oh, no!
Freaks out. I mean,
I like...
to be fair, 2 years isn't a super long time. Like, he's not going to become a hardened veteran or anything
But still,
like that.
you think he'd be at least somewhat more competent than the previous game, but he's not.
I think he over the game he is more competent than in Resident Evil 7. I just think he himself is just an awfully written character with some of the
so
worst
bad.
dialogue in video games. He's like he's void of any charisma somehow.
Yeah.
Like, he's just an empty sack. He's one of the sacks of flowers in the game just walking around. He's awful. He's one of the worst characters by far.
I like at the beginning.
Playable character?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the main
Ethan
character.
Winters, yeah.
Ah,
I like
And
how
it's
in the
sad
beginning
Go
they,
ahead.
spoiler alert again, sorry, they gunned down his wife and she's riddled with like 67 bullets, so she's on the ground. She's Swiss cheese. And then the bad guy comes up to her and he's about to shoot her in the head and he's like, no, don't do it. Like, bro, she's already dead. She has like 27 pounds of bullets in her.
and then
Well, Kaya, that's not even the
three more
comedic.
into her.
That's not even the comedic timing is he literally shoots her 5 more times after that while she's already dead.
Just to make sure.
It's so good.
Yeah, I feel like
I've laughed
you could
more
take
at that.
that. You could take that and make it a really funny skit where like people just keep coming in and just like stabbing the body or like shooting it, or dogs come in and
Breaking every one of its bones.
They
Yeah,
fucking
to give
incinerator
you,
and like salt the earth.
To give you folks at home an idea of the writing, I have openly laughed more at the story than I've ever felt emotional or scared. Like, I've been cracking up the entire time playing it. It's really goofy.
It's super fucking goofy.
I will say the ending answers a lot of your guys' concerns and questions, but it's really bad.
In the worst possible way.
Is it just
the
a-
ending is so
Is it
bad.
just an MP4 of the
no
writer
spoilers.
coming out and apologizing and saying he's cringe? Like, X-Men, what you have to look forward to, you're going to enter the castle, and there's gonna be these women who are gonna yell they're gonna scream for your man meat and your man blood and your man juices. They're gonna be like,
it's
"Give me your
cool.
man
And it's
juice!
hot.
It's been so long since I've tasted man meat.
And
I
it's
should
so hot."
string you." Dangle you. I mean, it was kind of hot, I guess, but
It
oh
was
man,
pretty hot.
It's pretty
I'm not looking
hot.
forward to the
castle-
cosplayers.
I'm not gonna lie though, I'm super excited to play the rest of the game because I went in for the vampire women going, yeah, they're super hot and super cool. But the fucking Magneto guy might be one of the coolest characters I've seen in anything ever. I don't remember his name, but
Yeah.
Magneto, the guy who
Heisenberg.
throws metal.
Heisenberg.
He's
Yeah.
so fucking cool. I can't
What
get
is
over
cool
it.
about him?
He's a fucking cowboy Magneto who fucking just shits on everyone in the game. One of his first lines is yelling, "Shut the fuck up" to the other characters. Like, it's awesome. He's cool. He doesn't care.
Now,
I don't know
Is
if-
it like Resident Evil 6 Goofy? Did you guys ever play that?
God, no, that was terrible.
Yeah,
that was
no,
horrible.
that was
No, no,
something
no.
different.
Oh, it's not as goofy.
No. It's not quite like that.
No, yeah. So I don't know if Charlie agrees with me, but I do think that the castle section of the game with the vampire ladies, that was probably the best part of the game.
Absolutely. Not even
Yeah.
a contest. That's why they made it like the face of the game, because they knew that entire Lady D section is just their best content in the whole game.
Yeah, so it's all downhill from there, guys.
Great. That's where I am.
Well, can we talk about something uplifting then?
Yeah, you bet.
Do you like that pun I made? Uplifting, how you like lift weights to pick yourself up with FitBod?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. FitBod is pretty goddamn uplifting because let me tell you something. Repeating the same exercises can make you lose sight of your progress and kill your motivation. So don't get stuck making the same workouts over and over and over again. Make progress toward your future new with FitBod. Let me tell you something. FitBod's a little app that understands that the path to achieving your best look is different for everyone. It creates programs based on your unique body, experience, and environment, and their algorithm uses data and analytics to help you build on your previous workouts to help maximize your results. Whether you're exercising 3 days a week or twice a day, every workout from FitBod will be scientifically proven to be better than your last. Now, some of you are maybe not vaccinated yet, maybe still staying at home, playing it cautious. There's nothing wrong with that. But what are you going to do about the gym? I'm gonna fathom a guess that most of you out there don't have a giant, expensive home gym with tons of equipment and weights and all of that. Well, don't worry. Even if you have no equipment, FitBod will have bodyweight routines for those looking to get fit at home or on the go. I mean, hey, play it in reverse. You vaccinated, going somewhere safe, maybe taking vacations again, depending on where you live. You can still work out with FitBod because you don't need any equipment. Do it wherever you want to be. Personalized training is pretty expensive, but FitBod is only $9.99 a month or $59.99 a year. If you sign up now, you'll get 25% off of your membership. And that's important because the way that you're going to do that is at fitbod.me/official. Pick up the pace on your fitness journey with FitBod today, and your future self will thank you. Get 25% off of your membership at fitbod.me/official. That's fitbod.me/ what is it, Jackson?
Official.
Yay! That's us.
Yeah.
Thank you, FitBod.
Thank you, FitBod. By the way, that's a very nice yearly plan. That's half off. $60 instead of 120. You should get the yearly plan. Better than playing some of these games, if I do say so myself.
What is the worst game you've played in recent memory, ActMan? Is it
I want to know that
Cyberpunk?
too.
Cyberpunk, probably the worst as far as like technical or like, you got me on one of those moods now. Oh, the worst of the worst.
We brought us down flashbacks.
I had planned to do a video on this old game called 50 Cent Bulletproof.
Oh, classic.
It's
one of the best games
basically
ever.
50 Cent trying to be like, I want to make a Grand Theft Auto game in 2005. That shit is fucking terrible. That shit is so bad.
Well, let's not say anything that we're going to regret here. It's,
It's a classic.
It leaves a little to be desired.
Wait, you guys
was
liked
flawless.
it? Was that
ActMan,
fun?
can I make a suggestion, a small suggestion? Instead of playing that one, play the sequel, Blood on the Sand, where he goes to Afghanistan to kill terrorists. That game is unironically hilarious. It's amazing.
Actually, 50 Cent Bulletproof, it's actually fun. Like, the cutscenes are funny because they have Eminem as this corrupt cop and, like, Dr. Dre. You guys are, like, familiar with this? I'm actually shocked.
I played the whole game.
Did you only just find out about it or something?
No, I always knew about it, but I just never, like, jumped in and played it.
Did you unlock the swear packs? That's the best part of the game.
No, I've been saving up my cash to buy some music videos that I can watch.
You gotta buy.
in 360p.
I don't remember if it's in the first one, but in the second one, there's literal like you can change the dialogue 50 Cent says while he's killing people, and they have different ratings for like vulgarity and violence and anger. So like his initial quips will be like, "Yeah, take that. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, shot him up." But then you can like buy money to upgrade it. So he's like, "Fuck you, man. Go fuck yourself." It's the best. Those games are awesome.
Okay, so I will say I loved the cutscenes, but the gameplay is trash. So that and Cyberpunk 50 Cent Bulletproof and Cyberpunk. Yeah, those two.
Why did you invite this guy on,
50
Charlie?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I didn't expect that. I didn't know.
50 Cent was like the Half-Life of the 2000s.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it.
The gameplay was innovative.
There, now we can all agree, and we don't have to disagree about video games. Okay.
Yeah, that.
Do you want to come up with a new answer that's less offensive?
Okay, contrarian.
You guys, I didn't realize there was such a thriving community. 50 Cent Bulletproof fans. They're everywhere.
We talk about that every chance we get.
Look,
really.
we just want you to come up with an answer that we'll all agree with. Come on.
50 Cent Bulletproof was an amazing, innovative game.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can cut the rest out so everyone can see that I fit in with the group.
Well, I don't think any of us disagree with Cyberpunk. Your opinion is completely correct on that.
Yeah.
Do you at least appreciate games
being the worst game ever?
Do you at least appreciate them, TheActMan, for being fun bad? I mean, I think there's something to be said about a game where you have 50 Cent and one of his like rap posse driving a Humvee, and one of them goes, "Yo, hit that ramp, Fitty." And he has to like do an explosive cutscene of them driving over a ramp in the Humvee.
No, I love that shit. There's a scene in 50 Cent Bulletproof where like Eminem he's talking to 50 in his apartment, and he's telling him, I don't know, like he's got to go kill this guy. And like as he's walking out, Eminem's just like, "Oh, and by the way, you're out of orange juice." Just like that's his last line. It's like, what the fuck?
So good.
They're so
It had
fun.
deeper narrative meaning. You just didn't get it.
It sounds like something out of Resident Evil 8.
And by the way, you had orange juice.
It's so good, man.
God,
I hope they remaster it.
Yeah, hopefully they'll bring that for the PS5.
Yeah, haptic feedback and shit.
Oh, PlayStation 6 launch
Ray
title,
tracing.
baby.
Yeah. Oh, good.
What about you guys? Worst games you guys have played?
In recent memory, I think the worst game I've played is, and I'm just going like right off of gut feeling off the mark, is probably Watch Dogs Legion. I've never played a game that boring in like recent memory.
Wow.
It's impressive because the gameplay systems behind the game was pretty, like, I would say impressive and innovative. How they, like, you could play as anyone in the world and they all had different, like, narratives and abilities and such. How you take that system and put it in the most boring fucking world and with the most fucking banal, like, story, narrative, and just core gameplay loop. It's incredible. Like, you made something innovative, but it's still a piece of shit. I don't understand how that happens. It was such a bad game. So bad. Awful.
Okay,
And
as long as you
Valhalla
guys all
wasn't much
agree
better.
and have the exact same opinion, I'm fine with this.
Oh, wait, did you like it?
I actually didn't. I didn't play Watch Dogs Legion,
Oh, okay.
Nice,
but
good
I didn't
call.
like it. I did not like it at all.
Good. Okay, cool.
Good.
What about you,
Yeah.
Andrew? I'm curious what your answer is.
I can't shut the fuck up about it, but Pokemon Sword and Shield. I've never been more disappointed and upset over a game in my life. I've never had a more like let down of an experience.
Aw.
But did you really expect better from Pokemon at this point? I don't know how long you've been playing them, but it's all been kind of...
Yeah, I knew what I was getting into, but at the same time, I still expected they'd like make some interesting changes. But even everything they added and changed was just awful. It's the only game I've ever played where I felt personally belittled as a fucking player. Like, it was such a miserable game from start to finish.
Do you like all the unskippable dialogue?
Oh, my favorite is how the animations don't even exist. So you'll have a PlayStation 1 game where, let's say it's a Spider-Man game, and Spider-Man will be like, I need to shoot my web shooter at that panel. And they'll show a cutscene of him sticking his arm out, and the web comes out, and it hits the panel. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, you'll have a trainer walking out and go, Score Bunny, use Ember. And the screen will fade to black, and the text will say, Score Bunny used Ember. It was great. And then it'll fade back up. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing.
for the most profitable intellectual property in the known universe.
Yep.
They can't get animations. Okay.
There's
Pokemon,
no excuse.
Sword and Shield.
No excuse. I've ranted and raved on stream and on the podcast and everywhere, but it is still to this day the worst game I've ever played, both for sentimental reasons and for I think they're shitty games. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say what like the worst game is because there's answers like Ride to Hell, Retribution, and Big Rigs and stuff like that, which are objectively, obviously, really fucking bad. But then I don't get much like I don't feel bad about them sentimentally, like Andrew just said. Like, so it doesn't impact me that much. So it's hard to really know what the worst, like what my worst game is. I guess
Mine is
like
Go ahead.
The reason I chose Watch Dogs, there's absolutely worse games out there, but the one that jumps into my head is that game just because of how offensively boring it was. Like, there's another game, Fast and Furious Crossroads, that came out like 8 months ago. That game is probably one of the worst modern games of the last decade, but I fucking loved it. Like, it's so goofily fun bad. Like, you ride a fucking missile at the end of the game where Vin Diesel's surfing a missile into a river. It's fun bad. But it is objectively a much worse game than Watch Dogs.
There's something to be said about like fun bad games. Like when Ride to Hell Retribution came out, I had like a boner for every video that was just shitting on the game and like watching the cutscenes and seeing how bad they are. And
it was a fun time.
Yeah. Simple times back then.
Yeah.
We can limit it to 2021, I guess, like stuff we played in this year.
I don't even know what's come out this year.
I also don't really know.
Not come out what you've played. Like, if I had to only limit it to games that I've played this year, for me, it would be Tell Me Why. That was absolutely miserable. And much like Andrew, it's the one game I go on and on about because it's just that fucking bad, but it's not even fun bad. You can't even make fun of it. It's just depressing bad.
Oh, that's just boring bad.
Nothing's worse than boring bad.
I don't want to rehash myself, but like Ant-Man, the ActMan, sorry.
The Marvel superhero. I'm to go by Ant-Man as well.
I apologize. Your superpower in the game is misremembering stuff. That's it. You remember stuff that is wrong. And turns out that when you finish the game, the whole game hinges on this one idea that your mom tried to kill you because you're trans. And turns out at the end that you were wrong about that, actually. You just misremembered. Your mom wasn't trying to kill you.
What?
That's the end of that game.
No
I'm
way.
serious. That's how it fucking ends. It's your character is standing on a dock going, Mom wasn't trying to kill me. Oh, that's right. She was trying to protect me. It's like, really?
How do you get that? How do you misremember something to that degree? Like, wait.
That's the superpower.
Holy shit.
Charlie, you genuinely have to play these Don't Not games, man. They're so piss poorly written and just everything. I don't know what it is about the French. Like, Don't Not is a French studio. Quantic Dreams is a French thing. Like, why do they do this to us, to the rest of us? Is this like a Cold War? I don't know why they torture us with this bad writing. But
it sounds like a lot of fun to laugh at, though, if that's the ending.
No,
I'm laughing at it just that you're retelling it. Or although it could be a lot less funny than,
No, but like, if you're gonna play any Don't Not game, trust my judgment. Play Life is Strange and only stick to the main series. Do not play the spin-offs like Tell Me Why. They are genuinely so fucking bad and whatever.
Isn't Ubisoft a French company as well?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Maybe the French just suck at making video games.
There you go.
You said it, not us. Jackson doesn't like the French, I guess.
Not their video games, at least.
I'll see it.
Isn't Pokemon also French? Wait, no, Sword and Shield is set in like France, right? Or is it the UK?
Yeah, it's the UK.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was one of the two. Close enough.
Do you guys think Halo Infinite's
the closer
going to be any
proximity
good?
to France. Huh?
Do you guys think Halo Infinite's going to be any good after the 12 years in development?
It'll never come out. I don't think that game. I think is never going to see the light of day.
It has to come out.
Really?
It has to come out.
I just don't believe it. No, they've lost 4 creative directors now or something, right? They just they keep losing all their senior staff.
Even so, though, they have to make some money off of it. So even if it's a mess, they're still going to release it.
Yeah,
you guys
I don't think it's gonna be good. That's what my answer was going to be. ActMan, by the way, was Halo 5 because it single-handedly like killed Halo for me.
Damn. So well, that's also a good one.
That was like,
you know, it was interesting.
Sentimental value.
I don't know if you guys saw kind of like the brand deals around Halo Infinite, like back in November, but I actually got sponsored by. Oh shit! I can't really say that on here because you guys. Okay, sorry.
We can
take it out.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Wait, sorry, I didn't know if that was but I was just gonna say that they had all these brand deals for like Halo Infinite, and they must have made that decision to like delay it like really close because all those brand deals like they still went through, you know, like a tie-in with a game that comes out in a year, and I'm like sponsored by this product now. It's like okay, you know,
yeah.
like,
I
very
think what
interesting.
happened is they might have had the game like in an almost ready to ship state, but then they showed what that state looked like and everyone fucking hated it, where none of the textures were done. Everything looked like shit. Like when they did that presentation, it became a huge meme with the brute that looks like a fucking claymation. And I think at that point, due to the backlash, they pushed it even further.
It was yeah. I mean, I think it was fairly obvious that it was intended to not be delayed. Obviously, like that delay came from fan reaction, I think, and that's based solely on like it was meant to be an Xbox Series X launch game, and it was plastered all over the boxes and stuff. The promo material, like that they needed that for the launch window, and then I don't know how fucking 343 is so poorly managed. Like they can't do anything. It sucks.
343 is like one of the worst developers right there with Game Freak. I don't understand how you can be. No. I have no idea, but it's sad. It's fucking sad is what it is, man.
Yeah.
I don't get
it.
It's not even like a lack of talent. I think it's a lack of leadership. It's absolutely
it's the management. It's the management. It's the people running the studio that they need to clear house and get rid of those people and put people that are actually competent up there.
Yeah.
Because every game, what's also surprised me is they've only made Halo 4, 5, and now Infinite. All the other games like Halo Wars, as well as the like twin stick shooters and stuff, those have all been fairly well received, but they've also been completely outsourced to other developers. So the only good Halo games recently have pretty much just been from outsourced developers, like not even 343. I don't get it.
They've done a pretty good job with like making MCC better, but like I had a tweet about that. But
on release,
yeah, I'd say they're on the right track. Like delaying Infinite was definitely the right move. I mean, we just got Cyberpunk, so I'm like, fucking take your time, guys. Take your time.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, where these studios, they take advantage of the early access stuff, and they've gotten so comfortable with releasing games that aren't done yet. But still, I see you, I hear you guys, and I believe you. Your lived experiences, and I see your 343 and Nintendo, but I still raise your don't nod. I mean, if you decide to play any of those games, by the way, and tell me why. Let's say you played ActMan, and you decide, you know what, I'm gonna make use of my Second Amendment rights. Goddammit, I'm gonna buy a gun, and this game has depressed me so much, I'm gonna point it at my temple and pull the trigger. When you finish that game, after the credits, it gives you a number to a suicide hotline. So at least they are self-aware enough to tell you, hey, don't kill yourself because you just played a don't not game.
Don't worry, the sequel's not in development.
I think that's the fucking message.
Shutting our doors.
Whatever.
No. The message, of course, the message is not this game is so bad. Here's a suicide hotline number.
That's the message I fucking got. And at the beginning, it's like, so the whole game is about like transphobia and issues and shit. And they, at the beginning, very proudly flash, in the making of this game, no trans people were hurt. And also, we consulted a trans activist or trans advocate or something. It's like, who? Like, was it just Ben Shapiro in a wig that's like trolling you guys? Because this is the worst fucking representation of trans people. You made them look like complete shitheels.
What game is
this? The main
this?
character is a douche. Tell me why. Oh god, now I'm plugging it. Now people might buy it. Don't buy it, please.
Okay.
Watch someone else's
Well, it sounds like you
playthrough.
want people to experience. I'm
Yeah, I
confused.
can't
What's
tell
the
if
goal
not.
here?
you're
No.
like branching into wanting them to do it. Like, oh, don't
No,
play it.
I'm-
I'm telling you. Haha.
Kaya, so
Damn it,
I've
tell me
known
why, just tell
Kaya
me
a
why.
long time. Kaya loves this fucking series. He plays every
No,
goddamn
no,
Life
that
is
is
Strange.
I
game.
love it. He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed about loving it.
That is slander,
Look at
and you
Kaya
will be
loving-
hearing from my legal team,
Tell me
Charlie.
why.
I like Life is Strange. I don't like the spin-offs, okay? Distinction matters. Life is Strange is fun bad. Tell me why it's just bad.
So fun bad and don't not games, right? Those are the terms. Fun bad, don't not.
Yes, I mean,
Don't nod.
Don't nod is
Don't-
what I think they're called. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Don't Nod is a studio. They make bad games and they make fun bad games. Tell me
Oh,
why
I
it's
thought
not
you
a
were
fun
saying
bad
like
game.
you don't not like.
Oh,
don't
no,
not.
that's not like my
Like,
catchphrase.
Don't play this. Not play this. Like,
No, that's not my catchphrase. Sorry.
oh, that's. Oh yeah. Don't nod. Gotcha.
I apologize.
Ironic.
for the
Ironic
misunderstanding.
name.
We can wrap up here.
Okay.
Unless
On
there's
that
anything
note.
you wanted to bring to the table, Ackman, now's your chance.
Ooh. Oh. I mean, we kind of talked about some video game stuff. No, I
You
mean,
don't have to if you don't. Yeah.
No pressure.
no pressure. Okay.
Let's say something. Quick.
YouTube.
Yeah, how about that shit, huh, guys?
Yeah. You guys watch that?
That's a
thing?
website.
Oh yeah, I haven't missed any of that shit.
Oh yeah. Is there any hot spicy drama going on?
I don't know.
The EDP was the big drama for the year. I think. I don't think anything's gonna get close to that.
Everyone took
probably
the
not.
week off
Oh.
to play Resident Evil Village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Logan Paul and Mayweather fight. Though.
True.
I think that'll be good.
Oh
I still
yeah.
hope he wins, Logan Paul. It would be fun.
I actually wouldn't even be surprised at this point. Like it's fucking crazy. Like I don't know how Jake Paul beat Ben Askren, even though that guy he's like pretty out of shape, old.
He wasn't a boxer as well.
Yeah,
Right.
but he's still a fucking professional fighter. I feel like
Oh.
you shouldn't be able to beat that guy.
What we can mention is Triller, one of those companies that apparently they own the fights and the rights to it. They're now suing everybody who is pirating it. Have you guys heard about this?
Oh, that is
Or-
something we could talk about. Yeah.
I think it's Triller. Is it? Do any of you guys know?
Triller.
Anyway,
Yeah, Triller. It's Triller.
okay, the company
did not
that
hear about
owns the
this.
rights to the fight, to the one of the Paul brothers versus some rando no one's ever heard of. They owned the right to those fights, and they're now suing or threatening to sue everybody who pirated the show, the fight, and more specifically, everybody who streamed the fight to somebody else.
Holy shit!
So-
It's $100 million lawsuit.
They're suing each person who pirated the game for $150,000. Yeah. It's a lot of fucking money that they're going for. And I like that they said, they specifically threatened and said that even if you were using a VPN, they can find you, which they can't. But they said they can.
I did not realize the Jake Paul Ben Askren fight was worth $100 million.
Well,
I mean, I don't have the numbers on hand, and I don't want to scroll through these long ass articles, but I think they
No, I just googled
indirectly
it, just right at
implied.
the top.
No, what I want to
Sorry.
say, they indirectly implied that more people pirated this fight than people paid for it. So I think like 4 million people or something pirated the fight, and like 1 million people paid for it, or some such number. So yeah, they're angry. They're very, very angry at the rest of us boys here who, not us, but like people who pirated it. And they're trying to scare people into paying for it. And they made a little, what do you call it? They gave everybody a grace period where, hey, until June 1st, you can go to soandso.com and you can buy the ticket legally. And if you do, we will not sue you. So you can still buy the fight for $50, I think. And if you do, they will take you off
better
the
do that now.
lawsuit. And if you...
this is. I didn't mean to
ahead.
interrupt, but I was just reading from their head of piracy at Triller. This is some shit you would have. This is something you would have read like with Napster back in the 90s. Listen to this. VPN firewalls all have to comply and turn over the actual IP addresses of each person who stole a fight in Discovery. We will be able to identify each and every person, VPN or not, as each stream has a unique fingerprint embedded into the content. Triller will pursue the full $150K penalty per person per instance for anyone who doesn't do the right thing and pay before the deadline. They're like a fucking mafia.
Wait,
that sounds like some Napster stuff.
That sounds like a downright lie, though. How can each stream have an individual fingerprint? If
Allow me.
Well, also, you can't leverage VPNs to hand over the IP addresses of everyone who uses your service. You would never see a fucking customer again.
So, no, allow me to debunk this real quick. So let's say you're an official podcast listener and you go to expressvpn.com/official and you sign up for a VPN and you do some, I don't know, you watch a movie that a certain movie company doesn't want you to watch. So most legitimate VPN companies have a no logs policy. That means they do not log who you are, your IP address, or anything. Also, most of the time when you select the server that you want to be your IP, many other people select that server as well. So one IP address tied to that server can represent like 1,000 different fucking people. Thousands. So no, they can't find you if you've been using a VPN. Don't get scared. Don't go to Triller's website and pay them. Fuck you, Triller.
They're probably gonna get like $12 from all of this.
Yeah, 4 children that watched it on Twitter think that they're liable now, so they're getting their mom's credit card to buy it legally.
They are also, I think, specifically the big one that they're suing is H3. Among many big websites, I guess.
They're suing H3?
I mean, so if you read the lawsuits PDF, the fun thing is they list all of the websites that they're suing. And to me, that was like advertising. Like, oh, I can go to all of these websites to illegally watch fights from now on? Okay, thank you. Thanks for shouting them out, I guess. But I don't know what H3 did, but they're mentioned like as the big one in this lawsuit that they're suing because I think Ethan watched the fights live on this podcast or something. I don't know. So they're going for him. I don't know if they'll succeed though.
Wow, this is pretty funny. This takes me back to like the early 2000s.
Yeah, it really does. This company I've actually been familiar of for quite a while. I didn't really know too much about them, but it seems like they're on the cutting edge of bullshit with a head of piracy at Triller.
A head of piracy.
We're gonna take down the Pirate Bay. Yeah, that's worked. Sure.
It's still up to this day.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. ActMan, thank you for guesting this episode. Do you want to shout out your stuff, where people can find you?
Oh, yeah, sure. You guys can find me at www.youtube.com. Yeah.
But you want to be a bit more specific?
Yeah, the ActMan channel. I do like game reviews and game videos, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. That's awesome. It was so much fun talking to you guys and just natural, shooting the shit. I love it.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Thanks for coming on, man.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, you can have me on anytime you want.
See you next week.
Shit, I mean, hey, that's a lot of fun.
Kai, do you want to do your spiel before we leave?
Oh, fuck, I don't have any. Please go to Apple, iTunes, or podcasts, whatever the fuck it's called, and review us. God damn it, Jackson. Hang on.
You always get at me for not giving you a chance to do it.
Okay, hang on. Let me pull up a review here. Uptown Puff says, very epic podcast. I just frequently start listening at work these past couple of days, and it's been a blast listening to them. Many laughs, honestly. That's 5 stars. Also, another 5-star review from Flambeau. He says, Kaya. Fuck you, Kaya. So thank you for the 5 stars, Flambeau. Please leave us a review. I think it helps us. And Jackson, where can they go for bonus?
Surely. yeah, you can head on over to patreon.com/theofficialpodcast if you want to listen to bonus episodes. We got a whole lot of bonus content over at patreon.com/theofficialpodcast. $5 a month and you get access to probably close to 200 hours worth of bonus content now. So go check it out. If you like it, then yeah, that's there for you. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to my co-hosts, and thanks to the guest. Thanks for tuning in as well to all you
lads. Peace.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.